1995 was a watershed in world rugby. It was the year the game turned professional, just weeks after the epoch-making Rugby World Cup in South Africa had united a divided nation behind its rugby team. The image of the Springbok captain Francois Pienaar receiving the Webb Ellis Cup from Nelson Mandela is an imperishable one.
The atmosphere in the 1995 Rugby World Cup was electric. The whole tournament just had this sense of electricity around it. People were excited to welcome the world to South Africa for the first time for an international sporting event since we became a democracy, and also the anticipation of what the tournament would deliver. It was just a wonderful and fascinating place to be.
The Springboks had the toughest of draws. An opening fixture against the reigning world champions Australia, unbeaten in the previous 12 months.
I think in hindsight, it was the best possible draw for us, because when we got over that hurdle, the whole team started believing, and everybody started, and the country started saying, hang on a minute, these guys might just do this thing.
Following an ill-tempered encounter against Canada, after which the Springboks had 2 players suspended, South Africa reached the last 8. And there was a dramatic call to arms for Chester Williams, the new symbol of the Rainbow Nation.
Chester was the face of South Africa leading up to the World Cup. There was a lot of pressure on him as an individual, and I think that pressure on him must have been tremendous. And what a way to relieve it by getting into the quarterfinals and actually doing the business.
South Africa have got numbers on the outside. Now he has a real chance. That's great running by Joubert. Chester Williams will score. Back inside is Chris Rousseau, running off the ball beautifully. There was Ruben Kruger. Chester Williams will score. There's a chance for Chester Williams. Can Williams get in? Great running by Chester Williams. Hat-trick for him. Chester Williams takes over the scrum half position, and has he scored? Yes, it seems like that.
7 days later, France were South Africa's opponents in the semi-final, but it wasn't the French who almost derailed the Springboks' progress.
Mr. Bevan, the referee, came in with Morna. He said, then if we can't play in half an hour, you guys are out of the World Cup. I didn't know the rules of the game stated that if the game is not played for whatever reasons that evening, it's not postponed, it's cancelled, and the team with the worst disciplinary record is out of the World Cup.
Rough justice indeed, but the gods were smiling on the hosts.
We came out, we were very focused, wanted to play, and we put up a nice score in the beginning. And in the second half, we almost froze. You know, we had the final. We're in the final if we can just keep our cool, and we almost lost our cool. And then they played and attacked, and the ball was kicked, and Abdel Benazi grabbed the kick, and we were all chasing from behind, and he went for the line, and I thought he scored. Now, I've roomed with Abdel, and we've had this debate. He said maybe I was over. His arm was. They were that close in going to the final.
And that's it. The whistle has gone. Durban has gone mad. But South Africa have gone into the final of Rugby World Cup 1995.
New Zealand had swept all before them on their way to the final, and in Jonah Lomu, the All Blacks possessed a seemingly irresistible force of nature. But centre stage on the day of the final was another towering figure, every bit as influential as Lomu.
I never knew he was going to be there, and I never ever thought in my life that he would wear a Springbok jumper. And he just stood there, and he had this aura, and he just said, good luck. That's just all he said. And then he turned around, and there was this number 6 on his back, and that was me. I was so emotional.
South Africa have it still. Back it comes to Stransky. The drop goal. It's there. Wide it goes. Osborne through the gap. Wide to Lomu. He's on past Juba. Good tackle. Across it came. Big Yapi Mulder. Back it comes. And the drop goal goes over. Back it comes to Stransky. Up goes the kick. Up goes the ball. Stransky has kept his head. That's it.
I went down on my knee to say thank you for the massive opportunity, and as soon as I realized that the whole team was around me, and we just bowed our heads and said thanks for the opportunity to play in such an unbelievable tournament. I don't think it was that cool to cry in front of how many billions of viewers all over the world, but that was my emotion. I think just everything then sort of in my dreams in rugby came true.